Hi everyone, let's learn some new words that is involved in algebra. Let's look at the table here. The first word that you see is called term. Term refers to each part of the expression separated by plus or negative. For example, I can give you expression 2a plus 3 minus 5b. Now, how many terms do we have? Before we decide how many terms that we have, we're gonna actually draw a straight line. Every single time you see a plus or minus, you're gonna actually draw a straight line in front of those plus and minus. And this will separate the expression into the correct terms. So for this expression, we have 3 terms. So the first one is 2a, and the second one is positive 3, and the third one is negative 5b. Now let's have a look at the second word, variable, or it's called per numeral. It is a letter that stands for unknown value. So from the expression above here, we can see 2 different letters, which is A and B. So we say that A and B are variables in this expression. Next one is coefficient. Coefficient is a number attached. More accurately, it is multiplied to the variable or the letter that we refer to. So we're going to go back to the same example here, which is 2a plus 3 minus 5b. I can only see 2a this term and then negative 5b. Now these 2 terms have letters, and these 2 terms has a number that is actually multiplied to the letters. So therefore we say the coefficients are 2 and negative 5. Now the last definition is constant. Constant refers to a number that stands by itself. There's no letter attached at all. So if we go back to the original of the first example here, we can see only the middle term, this is 3 alone. There's no letter attached. So therefore we say 3 is the constant. Now let's have a look at example 1. The example 1 has 4x minus 2y plus 3. The first question is, how many terms do you have? Now we're going to draw a vertical line in front of minus, in front of plus. That will separate the expressions. So now we can clearly see we have 3 terms. So there are 3 terms altogether. But what are they? Now we're going to list them separately. So we have 4x, we have negative 2y, and positive 3. So we don't have to write positive at this time when we list it. What are the variables in this expression? Variables means letters, which represents unknown value. We have no idea what exactly they are. So I can see I have an x, I have a y. So therefore, my variables are x and y. What are the coefficients? We can see 2 variables here, and both variables has number attached to the letters. So I'm going to use a different color to highlight it. So you have 4 and negative 2. Make sure you carry the sign with the number. So therefore the coefficient of x is 4 and the coefficient of y is negative 2. What's the constant of this expression? So let's go back to expression here. So we can see this positive 3. It doesn't have any letter attached. Therefore, that is the constant. Example 2. You have an expression 2xy minus 5y squared minus 30. How many terms are there in this expression? So firstly, you're going to draw the line that's right in front of negative sign and the negative sign. Remember, the terms are separated by positive and negative. So therefore, we have 3 terms altogether. List all of them separately. So all we need to do is list it separately using a comma. So 2xy, negative 5y squared, comma, negative 30. What variables are there in this expression? All you need to focus is what letters are there in this expression. So there are two different types of letters I can see. One is x, the other one is y. What is the coefficient of the first term? So read the questions carefully. So firstly, we have to identify what first term is. My first term is starting from the left. So starting from left, the first one I see is 2xy. And the coefficient is the number attached to the variables or to the letters. So therefore, this number 2 is the coefficient. What is the coefficient of the second term? So this time we are looking at second term, which is starting from left. The second one is negative 5y squared. And again, the number attached to the letters is negative 5. So therefore we say the coefficient is negative 5. What is the constant? Look at each individual term. The only one doesn't have a letter attached is the constant. It means fixed. So therefore, this negative 30 is the constant. Now, I would like you to pause the video here and then do these questions by yourself. The question says, identify the terms, variables, coefficients, and constants of each expression below. What that means is please list all of these things. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. 12a minus 6b plus 4. What are the terms? We draw the vertical line right in front of the minus sign and a positive sign. So that gives me 12a, negative 6b, and positive 4. What are the variables? Variables are the letters. So I can only see two different types of letters, so which is a and b. What are the coefficients? Coefficients refers to the numbers that is attached to any letters you can see. So therefore, I can see 12 and negative 6 that are attached to the letters. So therefore, the answer is 12 and negative 6. And there's only one special number here that is fixed and there's no letters attached, and that is our constant, which is positive 4. Now you can see answers of the second expression as well, and you can mark your own answers. Now, I would like you to pause the video and try these 3 questions here. The first question, we're going to divide the expression into a few parts by drawing the vertical line in front of positive signs here. So we have 3 terms, x, y, and 1. We don't have to write the positive sign. Variables are the letters, so we have x and y. Coefficient. Now, this is a little bit tricky. Just because you don't see a number right in front of a letter doesn't mean there's no coefficient. Now, in fact, you know that 1 times 2 equals 2, 1 times x equals to x. So therefore, I can rewrite x as 1x. So that means I can put an invisible 1 in front of x and in front of y. So therefore, my coefficients are 1 and 1, because one of them is the coefficient of x and another one is coefficient of y. What about constant? Constant is the one that doesn't have a letter attached, which is this positive 1 here. So therefore, the constant is 1. Now let's have a look at the next one. Again, I'm going to draw the line to help me separate the terms. So anything that's in front of negative sign or positive sign, I just draw the line first. So obviously you can see there are 3 parts. So therefore, the terms are negative n, positive n, and negative 3. Make sure that you carry the sign that's right in front of the number or the letters. And the variables are, or per numerals are, the letters, so which is m and n. The coefficient. Now we have to be careful again. Negative m is same as negative 1 times by m. And n is same as 1n. Please remember, just because you don't see the number in front of letter doesn't mean the coefficient doesn't exist. In fact, that's the invisible one. So therefore, we have a coefficient of m, which is -1, and the coefficient of n is 1. And the constant is the one that has no letter that is attached. It's a fixed number, so therefore it is -3. Now let's have the last one. How many terms do we have? Let's separate them first. So by drawing the line in front of each positive or negative sign. So we have 4 terms here. They are 5ab, -m squared, positive 4c, -100. While the variables, all I need to do is list all different letters that you see. I have A, I have B, and I can see M as well as C. When we say variables, we do not actually write it as m squared just because the question gave you m squared. The variable is this letter m. This square is simply just represents exponent, and that tells us the operation. What that means is m squared is m times n. So the variable is still just m. What about coefficients? Coefficients are the numbers attached to the letters. So we look at every individual term. So you can see 5ab, 5 is multiplied to ab, so that's the first one. And this -m squared is actually same as -1m squared, so the coefficient is -1. And you have 4 times c, so 4 is the coefficient. And the last one, -100, has no letters attached, therefore it is a constant, so it is -100.